Have you ever thought of starting a new life here in Mexico? It's a dream for many and a nightmare for others. I'm Rich and I moved to Mexico 10 years ago and I've learned so many things along the way that I want to share with you. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down for you the jobs that I think are on the top of the list of what foreigners, English-speaking foreigners, can do here in Mexico. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to break down the jobs and what you're going to get paid. So something I wish I knew before moving to Mexico was I wish that I researched the job market before coming here. And you know what? If I had, it may have avoided so many bad decisions that I've made in jobs here in Mexico for the past 10 years. The first job I want to talk about is being an English teacher. It's a common job here in Mexico because there's huge demand for Mexicans to want to learn English. You can expect to get about 12,000 pesos per month in wages, and you're going to be working about 40 to 50 hours to get that. You know, in general, it's not a lot of money, to be honest, for the work that you have to put in, because it's pretty demanding to be an English language teacher for a private school here in Guadalajara. The second job I want to talk about, guys, and it's on a low level wage here, is being a customer service representative for a call center here in Mexico. You normally get around about 8,000 pesos a month, which is about $400 a month. Again, not a great wage, but you know, it gets you in and gets you working as soon as you arrive here in Mexico. And the third job I'm going to be talking about, guys, is you may want to, and this is one of the better jobs, I have to say, is you may want to go and work for an international company here in Guadalajara. And you may be able to get in without speaking any Spanish. So it's probably a very, very good option. Bearing in mind, guys, if you're going to go and work for an international company here in Mexico, they will expect you to at least have a degree level of education. And if you want to go in at a higher level, like a managerial level, they'll expect you to have a master's. And then if you want to go higher than that, they'll expect you to have a PhD. So you can expect to get, as a manager, I would say, you could probably start off around 30 to 40,000 pesos per month, which is around $2,000 per month in wages. I would also recommend, guys, is check out all the new startups here. Well, I live in Guadalajara, so say Guadalajara. Let's take Guadalajara for example. Guadalajara is actually known to be the Mexican Silicon Valley. The Mexican Silicon Valley, Guadalajara. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of these startups are coming actually from San Francisco, coming from New York, coming from the big cities in the States, and realizing they can set up their startup office here. And you know why it's so successful? They are able to pick from some of the best talent in the city, because the universities are so good now here in Guadalajara and are really churning out great graduates who speak perfect English. So these startups and these international companies are loving the pick of talent that they can get here in Guadalajara. So it's a great option. You know, there's some great new startups here in Guadalajara in the area of Andares, in the kind of the boom area of Guadalajara. Definitely worth checking out. And you could expect, as a starting wage, probably getting in at about 15,000 with a university degree, master's degree, 30, 35, 40. And then finally, guys, what I'm going to be talking about is real estate. And you're like thinking, Rich, you work in real estate. I do work in real estate. I'm a real estate agent in the area of Chapala, Ajijic. The reason why I say real estate is that there's a huge influx of baby boomers, Americans, Canadians, Europeans coming in to Mexico wanting to buy real estate here. And what it is, it gives people like us the opportunity, who speak English, the opportunity to work with these people and give them, hopefully a great service. So real estate, bearing in mind, guys, being a real estate agent here in Mexico, you're on pure commission. I mean, there is no wage. So if you don't get any results, you don't make any money. So it's best to have a little kind of backup or have another job that you do alongside real estate until real estate becomes your full-time gig. in the first year, if you're just starting out in the first year, you can earn anything from around 20,000 pesos a month, which is about $1,000 a month to begin with, but you can go anywhere up. So that's a really good option. Real estate is a fantastic option here in Mexico in the touristic areas. I mean, don't forget about the areas that are not that touristic, because it doesn't really exist. It exists, but it's more sale by owner and that kind of, the good thing about, working in, say, Lake Chapala, or working in Playa del Carmen, or working in Cancun, or working in Puerto Vallarta is there's plenty of tourism. There's plenty of people, foreigners buying real estate. So that's where you really want to be coming into Mexico, and you could do well. So there we have it, guys. Some of my best picks on jobs that foreigners can do when coming to Mexico, and you can make a good wage or good salary or good commission. Don't be wasting your time doing jobs that don't pay that much money unless you want to do that. I mean, it's completely up to you. I'm just giving you my point of view on what the job market is like here in Mexico. So thanks again for watching, guys. Please subscribe and hit that notification button, because there are more videos coming. So there we have it, guys. Thank you again for watching. Hasta luego, amigos.